Hello, 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 and welcome to the M2 podcast. I'm your host, Mad Mike. So it's been a little over a month since I last published an episode, and I'd like to give everybody an update. We spent the last month pretty much through the holidays and planning the new year and trying to come up with a good idea of how to handle this podcast going forward. And essentially, the first season of the podcast, which was 13 episodes, we spent trying to get on all major platforms while simultaneously reporting on weekly gaming news. We succeeded in getting on Amazon Music, Apple, Google, Pandora, Spotify, TuneIn, and many, many others. Now, the support that I've received has been very strong, but I believe we can make improvements to make the podcast even better. We're going to go ahead and change the overall structure of the podcast so that we can start having guests. Now, the topics of the podcast will stay the same. We're still going to talk about eSports, the gaming industry related news, technology and innovation, and some upcoming games. Just now, we'll have a second opinion on the topics, and we're going to be interviewing those guests. Some of the guests will include YouTubers, Twitch streamers, eSports personalities, and some of my personal friends that we just love the gaming industry and we want to talk about it, really. And we're not going to limit our guests to these categories, but we would like to stay within the gaming industry. So in addition to this change, we're going to be showcasing our guest interviews on YouTube. And if you happen to be watching or listening on YouTube, then you're going to notice the full layout of the podcast. The feedback is greatly appreciated. I've gone ahead and I switched it over now. We're going to have basically two windows, a standard podcast format. If we have more guests, we'll add another window. You're going to be able to see their face if they want to show their face, of course. But overall, that's the general layout. I think it's aesthetically pleasing, but it's always subject to change. I hope you will enjoy this new format from wherever you're listening as well. I've received plenty of feedback from friends, from people that are just really interested in content creation, and they really like the idea of just having that second person there that we can just bounce off and it can be more natural of a conversation. If this is something that you think is a good idea, you want to give me feedback, feel free to contact us on Discord or leave a comment on YouTube or wherever I might be. Twitter, especially, actually. Anyways, that's all for now. And we'll see you in season 2 of the M2 podcast. And yeah, look forward to seeing how you like it. Anyways, see ya.